he would send me a text message. We were talking about a topic. I messed up. This is about my son. I've been using that as kind of a scapegoat to kind of get my emotions out. The narcissist has nothing to feed on. Hi everybody, this is End Times Narc Nation. I'm Angela Michelle. Thanks for tuning in. I wanted to touch base with you guys this week because unfortunately I messed up. I messed up pretty bad. What I realized, what I've been doing is inadvertently supplying my ex-narc with supply by feeding him healthy doses of it, because we were talking about a topic, which is our son. And so I was using the fact that as a joint parents, you know, this is a topic that I can talk with him about. So I've been using that to, I guess, get my feelings or get my emotions out, but at the same time supply for my ex-narc. So with that being said, we have to be careful about feeding the narc supply. And I've noticed that this has not been a good week. Since Monday, it's Friday. Right now, it was hard for me to sleep. I've been waking up at like 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning, and I couldn't get why, you know. And then it hit me like a ton of bricks. It's because I've been basically arguing by text message with my narc about my son, which is unacceptable. And I knew better, but in my mind, I camouflaged it because I can contact him. You know, I told myself this. I can contact my ex regarding our son. I've been using that as kind of a scapegoat to kind of get my emotions out. And we have to be careful about that. He was feeding off of me, and because of that, I had a pretty bad week because I allowed him to dictate. Okay, today he's gonna say something about our son that's gonna tick me off, and you know, I'm gonna start at him. And that's basically what I've done. And when it hit me, I said, you know what, I'm gonna shoot up a quick video about this, because this really can affect us, you know, our day-to-day lives. Mistakenly giving supply. I'm going to keep the video kind of short today. How was I giving supply? I'll just give you an example without going into a lot of deep detail about our relationship this week. But basically what he did was he would send me a text message and he would say, hey, well, those days are over that you're going to be just keeping our son all the time. We're going to start setting up days where I can keep him for a couple of days a week overnight. So you're going to have to deal with it, or something to that effect. I'm paraphrasing. And I flipped out. And so I would respond, because this is about my son. Well, I never tried to stop you from seeing your son. You came and you picked him up when you wanted to pick him up. You would send me a text message. You would say you're coming to pick him up. And you wouldn't ask. You would say, hey, I'm coming to pick up my son today. And I would say, okay. That's how it's been for the past 3 months. He would pick up our son once or twice a week, and he would drop him off. He would take him to like Jersey Mike's or something to get a bite to eat. And in a couple of hours, he would bring him back. So that's been, and he's only stayed the night with my ex once. So this is, for the past 3 months, this is how he's, you know, handled his visitation with his son. So with that being said, I'm thinking he's obviously talked to someone, and they may have given him some advice to let him know, dude, you're messing up, because, you know, that doesn't mean anything. The fact that you're just picking up your child and, you know, taking him out for, you know, dinner or something. And now all of a sudden he wants him to stay the night. And of course, I'm the one that's preventing him from getting his son, which is so ridiculous because I have every text message since January 26th to show that he's coming to pick up his son, and he's, you know, he drops him off every time. So of course it had to be my fault. And so I needed to point out every single, you know, issue. I had to show him the error of his ways. And that's what I've been doing for the past week. I totally fell off, and I did bad, guys. I did bad because I took it upon myself to fuss and argue. And I went back and looked at those text messages, and he was laugh out loud. You're not going to stop me from seeing my son. And yeah, we're going to set up some temporary something. And it was so ridiculous. And I fell into that trap for the past week. But like I said, I'm not perfect. I made mistakes, but I'm glad that I recognized it for what it was. And I'm not going to blame it all on him. It's something that I wanted to do. I felt like with my quest for no contact, as I told you guys before, it's always best to stay no contact. But because we're healing from a trauma bond, we can use our own ideology to, you know, kind of make excuses for ourselves. And that's what I did for the past week. I've been making excuses so that I can argue with my narc in the name of the exceptions to no contact. But that wasn't right, what I did. And I actually hurt my journey for the most part, because now I'm being attacked more often because he feels like he got me. You know, he kind of sucked me in. So he's actually doing more, and it's causing more stress, and he's coming at me more often because, oh, I got her. And he enjoyed every minute of it. So now I have to remember that no contact means, or exceptional contact. When you're dealing with a child, we have to remember that yes, we must have contact with the narc, but we must be careful about it, non-emotional contact. And what that means is when he starts or she starts, you know, going on and talking about how horrible of a person you are for doing this, that, and the third, you only comment on the things that are important. If he says, you're keeping me from my kid, and I don't appreciate you trying to do this and do that, then you have to be the one to only comment on what's important. So if the ex-narc says, well, you're not being a good parent, and you want to keep me from my son, but I'm coming to pick him up tomorrow, the only thing that we need to respond to is the part that he said he's coming to pick up his child tomorrow. Okay, well, you're going to be here tomorrow at 1:00. He'll be ready. That's how we should respond. But no, what I wanted to do is I wanted to respond on, you know, the foolishness, you know, the bickering, the back and forth. And it's exactly what he wanted. So he got his way this week, and I'm working on it. But I'm just letting you know, we all make mistakes. We have to fix them though. So as we grow and as we learn and, you know, heal from these trauma bonds, it'll get easier. Yeah, it'll get easier not feeding the narcissist supply. What we should do is have non-emotional contact with the narcissist. So moving forward, how do we avoid making these mistakes in the future? When you get a text message from your angry narc and he's flipping out on you, or she's flipping out on you about the way she feels or what she thinks should happen, or you're being accused of something, what we should do is take a minute. Don't start responding right away. Take a minute, take a deep breath, even sit your phone down for a moment and carefully think about what you're going to say. Now, I'm not talking about if the narc just wants to fuss at you about something silly, but then you just don't respond, period. But I'm talking about when there is information that needs to be responded to because you have a child that has to be exchanged or something to that effect. You take a moment. You think about what you're going to say, and then you respond only to the critical issue, the thing that matters regarding your child. You respond to that, and this could actually help in work too. If you have a narcissistic boss, or if you have a narcissistic coworker, take a moment, take a breath, and only respond to the critical information. Let them go on and on about whatever it is, even if they're accusing you of something. Don't object to what they're saying. And you could even go so far as to say, well, I'm sorry you feel that way, or you have a right to your opinion, and move on with the conversation. But if we handle the situation in that way, the narcissist has nothing to feed on, and they will go back into their little hole. So that's what we have to learn. And I knew this, but like I said, I got something out of that as well. I wanted to kind of get him, but I wasn't getting him. I was giving him what he wanted. And we have to be careful about that. So guys, be careful. Learn from my mistakes. Learn from yours. This is a journey for all of us, and this is new to me. So we just pick up the pieces and we move forward. This isn't about perfection. This is about breaking trauma bonds. This is about getting away from the narcissist. This is about starting healthy lives where we're going to grow better, and we're going to grow, we're going to do better, and we're going to do that together. So, and I'm very excited because I caught myself. So I've learned from it, and I'm going to move on, and let's just do that. So thanks for tuning in, you guys. Like I said, this is going to be quick today. I just want to stop by and say hey and let you know I messed up. So once again, this is End Time Narc Nation. I'm Angela Michelle. See you.